So I'm here in beautiful Morocco, and something shook me last night that's made me want to speak out and kind of talk about the situation that I felt pretty triggered from, and to explain the reason really why I heal and why I do what I do. Um, so we were at a restaurant last night. We got here yesterday and we went to a beautiful restaurant, absolutely stunning. And the family came in, and the woman was hobbling. She looked in absolute agony, hobbled away to the table that sat next to us. And they had a little baby, must have been about 8, 9 months old, something like that, with the husband. And she sat there and she looked in absolute pain. The haunted face on her face reminded me and kind of triggered me, and I thought, oh, I remember that feeling. And so I watched and I looked over, and I seen the baby and everything. And then the partner, he kept on trying to show her love, give her love bombing, and she was like, she wasn't interested. She wasn't making eye contact with him or anything. But then he tried to touch her nose, like in a loving way, touching her nose, and she broke down crying. He then came to the rescue, and he came and held her and got tissue and this, that and the other for her. He actually got tissue from our table, and she flinched with him, and you could see that she didn't want him anywhere near her. And I resonated with that so much. It was such a trigger for me, watching her and seeing that baby, and seeing kind of like what that baby's kind of, what it's actually experiencing and things. And I felt for the baby. But what I actually got from it was the cycle of the tension, the abuse, then the love bombing that comes after it, and the cycle that happens, and it's universal. It happens all over the world, and it made me realize that there are so many of us out there that are still in that loop, that haven't got out of it and stepped out of that comfort zone. I felt for her so much, felt for her, the empathy and everything. And I also felt very helpless of the fact that I'm in a different country. I may make things worse, the language barrier. So I couldn't ask her if she was okay. I couldn't make any signs at her to see if she was okay, if she wanted help, because I wouldn't know where to go for help. It was hard. It was really, really hard. This is what made me realize, this is what made me think, this is why I do what I do. This is why I help others and heal. And this is why I stepped out of my comfort zone. And this is why I am in all my power helping others lift. Because it's all in here. It's all in here. And if we get over that fear, if we get over everything, then, like I said, we just step into a brand new timeline. The situation's been playing on my mind quite a lot today, and it fetched up a lot for me, a lot of old feelings and a lot of old things of the cycles of abuse. I haven't just been through one abuse. My last one was the worst, but I've been through quite a few abusive relationships, which was a cycle in itself. But this cycle is so important because we hold on to that love, that little bit of love that we get dripped. Then when the goes, that's it, the abuse then comes again. The tension, the abuse, then the love bombing. And it's so important to be aware. So important to be aware of this. Because when we're at our lowest and we get given that little bit of love, then we just wait for that cycle to happen so that we can get that love again. Until we realise that it's just not the way. It's just not the way. So I just needed to share that with you today, because obviously this cycle is really, really important to step out of your comfort zone. If this resonates with any of you whatsoever, then you certainly aren't alone, and it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. So have a beautiful day, and I'm sure I will too. I just needed to share that with you. Take care.